All right, hello everybody. Welcome to more Final Fantasy. Sorry about the late start today. Right as I was getting everything ready to go, my laptop decided to break the video driver, so I had to reinstall that and fix all of that. And it was like, what on earth? And then of course the game always takes forever to launch. But we're here and we're good, and we are going to start to start in on some post Realm Reborn content leading us up into the first of the expansions, which my dyslexic brain always wants to call Heaven's Sword. Heaven's Sword. But it's Heaven's Word or Heaven's Ward, something like that. But yeah, my brain insists that it is actually Heaven's Sword. Hopefully everything's working. I'm pretty sure I checked audio levels before the video card took a shit. Looks like everything is working though. Hey Kay, waiting on Ma. Well, I'm sure the cat will show up at some point and come over and say "ma," like he likes to. Oh, I know what you mean. All right, so yeah, next main scenario quest. I did turn in the ultimate weapon quest, just to get it done. It was a very long credit sequence. Like, holy crap, was it long? I started skipping it even, and it was still just kept going. Glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't leave the stream running for the whole for the whole credit sequence, because that was just yeah. Alright, but yeah, we're gonna go back here and we'll pick up the first of the post Realm Reborn stuff. I know like the community divides these stuff up into like patches, but I have no idea what patch anything was added in, so not gonna worry too much about it. I've also got to go through and figure out which ones of these blue quests are like worth doing. I know there was a list somewhere, and I've forgotten where it was. I'll just have to look it up at some point. I'll probably do them off stream because a lot of them are pretty boring. Or just kind of weird. Plays a little side quest, so. Alright, what do you got for me? Oh, interesting. Some high level stuff. Alright, pleases me to see you well. Excuse me for interrupting. Lady, the gentleman from Ascara Exports has just left. Understand now why you didn't want to receive him. You did well. Please inform the guards we will not be receiving any further guests this morning. Sent you a content unlock to your Discord for later. Oh, yeah, thanks. Exactly what I need. Ever since we defeated Gaius and destroyed his ultimate weapon, the eyes of the world have been following our every move, scarce remembering to blink. Where we once worked in secret with precious few friends and all too many enemies, we are now besieged by benefactors, each one more eager than the last to offer us his complete support. Yeah, it's those people that want to latch onto the coattails of the Scions and ride them to glory. True embarrassment of riches. Of course, every promise of patronage comes with a price. Some make their intentions known from the start, while others endeavor to engage us more subtly. Dress it how they will, the message is ever the same. We shall help you, but only if you help us. The gentleman Tatru spoke of was more brazen than most. In exchange for certain supplies, he would have us resolve a business dispute. Naturally, I refused him, as I have every other merchant of his ilk. Alas, the syndicate's overtures are not so easily rejected. When we formed the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, it was with the goal of serving Azoria, not the interests of individual Azorians. Our neutrality is fundamental to our cause. In my heart, I know this to be true, and yet, if accepting these offers of patronage could empower us to do greater good, might they not warrant greater consideration? Colleagues have been generous beyond measure, but we cannot expect them to. Forgive me, did not mean to burden you. Waiting for you to get to the point. Urge to share this dilemma may not be wholly misguided, but I impose upon you to consult the others. They are like to have their own opinions on this matter. This is going to be a go and talk to everybody thing, isn't it? Alright, what is this that you... No reward. Alright, we'll worry about that later. That's the first time that I've ever seen one just straight up be like, yeah, you get nothing for this. You are meeting with the Admiral shortly after the Mason sent word of summoning of Titan. Recall my words to our host, said unto Merowib that her people had broken their treaty with the Kobolds, and the Beastmen had justly responded. Been called to intervene in a conflict which she herself had invited, spoken short the truth. Weird. I don't care. Like, none of them really even have anything to say either. Oh, it sucks to be popular now because now everybody's trying to give us shit to get us to do shit for them. Kind of the thing that happens because you get it as like a streamer too. You get people emailing you going like, "Hey, play this game and we'll give you a free key for it." And then you look at it and it's one of those pay to win microtransaction things. I'm not gonna do this one. Given much thought to our organization's future, though it would seem I'd reached a different conclusion. Mayhap it is time I made my feelings known. Come along. He's gonna suggest disbanding. Desire Consul, and so you shall have it. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn must leave Ul'dah. Oh, okay. Probably actually not a bad idea. As long as we remain within Ul'dah territory, we will never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only delayed the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities, and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organization to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that. Really realize they are the reason Vesper Bay still lacks an Aetheryte. So they're the ones to blame for all these players that hate this town so much. They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause. Which is why it and other favors will be denied us unless we cooperate. If Ul'dah is no longer suitable, where would you have us go? Experience has taught us the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length and plant our banner in a place where all agree to be beyond their borders. Mordana. Revenant's Toll, to be precise, lies within neutral territory and offers all the essential facilities we require. By way of an additional benefit, it is also frequented by a venerable legion of adventurers who may serve to supplement our ranks. I am, of course, conscious of the fact that we've developed a certain bond with Old Honor people over the years. But I truly believe this to be the best course of action. As you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community, forged through years of concentrated effort. Ul'dah is our home. Cast aside everything we built and start anew in the desolate wasteland would be reckless. Decision is yours to make. Ask only that you recall the shared purpose which first moved us to found the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and which moved you to found the Path of the 12 ere that. We aspire to an ideal, you and I, just my grandfather did, that makes more than mere comrades in arms. Much your family as. Get out. Yeah, he's got a point, though, because Turn is most generous, but no, left in the hands of men better suited to the task. He does have a point, because like hanging out in the territory, pretty much kind of like focuses that everybody is going to be can't think of what I'm trying to say. I have a point, but it's escaping me at the moment. And these are all like the same. We'll take the blue one. But it's not a bad idea. Okay, see, these are the ones that are actually useful. Savannah! Raiding in. Hello. Welcome and welcome raiders. And that is a thing. Thank you, Bean Retro, for the follow as well. I am realizing now that I do not have all of my sounds set up correctly on my first stream elements. Oh well. But welcome in, everybody. We are playing some Final Fantasy XIV. I am just starting post A Realm Reborn. Video is fighting you for 14. Yeah, that was a problem that I was running too when I was trying to do single PC streaming with 14. I guess it's just so resource intensive that it doesn't want to share. Like it's fine if I do Minecraft. I can do Minecraft single PC and it works just fine. Engaged in business or other and requires your assistance. Be on your way. Waits upon you. Much to think about. Answer in due time. Cool. So I take it you were playing 14 as well? Up until now? Sorry, I wanted to get out of that quest so I can concentrate. So many chatty NPCs in the... knows what must be done and still hesitates, all because of rumors. To explain, Milfena's mother, well, adoptive mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. You may know her better as a songstress of Ul'dah. She was a performer of singular talent, much beloved by the people, not to mention a certain minstrel. As you may imagine, news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief among her adoring followers, many of whom refused to acknowledge what had happened. That her body was never found only served to encourage speculation. Well, that's bad. Struggled at first to accept the truth, as stretched from months to years, saw there could be no other explanation until recently, at any rate. For whatever reason, rumors have once again begun to circulate that is alive and well. One of our informants has sent word that a woman matching the songstress's description had been seen of late at the seaside resort of Costa del Sol. Succeed in tracking her down. I have no doubt my any worries that now plague might be a Cid. Men to set forth. Let us reconvene there and inquire. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna track down the chicks supposed to be dead. Sure. Alright, well, we teleport. I'm guessing these are mostly just filler quests to kind of set things up for the next expansion. Because it sounds like the Scions are going to move their base, which makes sense. You know, you wouldn't. If the idea is to appear neutral, then you would want your base to be in neutral territory. By having it in territory that's claimed by one of the city-states, they're going to kind of assume that you work with that city-state, or at least acknowledge it. Oh, also I can do this now. Whee! Flying unicorn. Center of the Sands, why have you forsaken me? Titan's Bane, I mean, what brings you to my humble resort? You mean to tell me the goddess made flesh who dwelt among us until so very recently was the songstress of Ul'dah? Egad's woman, if I'd have known that, I would have chained her to my bedpost and never let her leave. That's called kidnapping, and you can't do that. Now applies her trades for the riffraff off to the west, or wherever she said she was going as a tragedy. West, is it? Thank you. Your information will serve us well. That said, there are any number of places she could be. I shall begin my search by the docks to see if any witnesses might have some knowledge to spare. Most appreciative if you could travel onto Wineport and do the same. This guy is like, no. I wonder if we can go with this. I do find it funny that I can just ride the... You know, like I was expecting it to be like World of Warcraft when it said, oh, flying is unlocked. I was expecting Warcraft where you gotta go get a flying mount. But no, you can just whatever you got handy. Oh yeah, because we did a Wineport quest. Did receive a customer matching that description. She was a delight to behold, to give the woman her due, but her perfume was so ghastly, I had no choice but to eject her from the premises, interfering with tastings. If she is your quarry, why not consult your blind associate? His olfactory perception is without peer, given that I could smell the woman from a mile away. I dare say he could smell her from 10. And then else. Just a really random. I've seen last of name a wish. I haven't seen last of any description for too long, or excepting yourself, of course. Another thing that I have been doing kind of between streams is I've been exploring other jobs. And I don't really care too much for melee stuff. Like, the monk is interesting. And then DPS is cool. Blue mage is just weird. I haven't really played too much of it. Scholar is kind of cool. And it is kind of neat that Scholar and Summoner Arcanist share levels. So you can just level Summoner up by doing healing dungeons, and then it levels your Summoner up. Kind of cool. See, you have had many grand adventures since we last spoke. You must share them with me sometime. A girl from a while ago, one does not forget a perfume like that, so robust and intoxicating, yet simultaneously familiar. Reminiscent of a bloom native to these parts, in fact. I said as much when we spoke. She complimented my powers of observation and asked me where she might find some of the... Told her to follow the road south into Raincatcher Gully, and then head east after crossing the second bridge. The flowers which grow in the shade of the cliff have the strongest scent you see. Make haste, you may yet find her there. All the way down there. I mean, at least with a unicorn, it's like it kind of makes sense. And I guess in the lore, or at least in the canon, the chocobos can fly. Because I remember that being a thing in one of the games. Fly your chocobo from point to point. Oh. Hi. Stop interrupting my action. Really nice. And another follow from, is that Lord Rodin? I'm probably butchering that. Thank you also for the follow. Oh, and they're actually landing in the cup, too. In your debt, stranger, did not realize my activities had aroused the Gabu's ire until it was too late. The cup, this cup is from Stream Elements, and it actually has gravity enabled, so like it can move. And I think it can get knocked over too, but I'm not really sure what causes that. What I have noticed the most is that things don't always land in it. A lot of times they miss. Oils can be used to make perfume and... I don't... Who are you? Who do you serve? She's either hiding or she lost her memory. Songstress of Ulda, I presume. Milfana, or should I say Ascilla is looking for you. Rodon is best way to pronounce it. Okay. Rodon. Very picture of health, yet the world thinks you dead. I can only conclude this was by design. The question is, why? Not everyone who endeavors to find me does so with the best intentions, child. You'll be pleased to know that I fully intend to reveal myself to Minfilia when the time is right. Well, that does please me more than you know, but tell me, sojourns in the forest of Lanoska aside, when exactly will the time be right? Deem it so. You imagine I traveled all this way on a whim? As I was telling your associate, proud of your intrusion, I came here to harvest these flowers for you to consume. Does that satisfy your curiosity, or would you interrogate me further? I mean, we can. I got nothing else to do. Apologies for the interruption. Anyway, now that we all have that which we came for, might we continue this conversation in a safer locale? You don't want to stay here next to the giant blue balls? Flying unicorn. It makes no sense, but it's a Final Fantasy game, so sense is optional. It's a lot easier to get around when you just straight. Here, who is your favorite character so far? I don't really have a favorite character. Kind of enjoying the game. And we got another follow from Inferno Pause. Thank you for the follow. Not at all how I envisioned it. I can scarce begin to imagine what emotions will go through Minfilia's heart when she reunites with her mother after all these years. On Savannah server and thought might give you a follow. Fair enough. That's kind of the idea behind that server, is to kind of get a little bit more exposure. Everyone. Alright. Made her peace, ready to reunite with her adopted daughter. Daughter awaits us in Vesper Bay. Kept her waiting long enough. Let us be off on the next ferry. I can finish fashioning the perfume along the way. Understood. Come with me. It'll be my pleasure to escort you to the Waking Sands. And we got Night Pups too. Hello. Welcome on in. I hope you guys are not bored by... Oh, cool. We get teleported. By my reading of quests in Final Fantasy. It doesn't seem like we're going to get too much excitement. I'm kind of hoping we can get through this quickly and then we can start in on the Heavensward stuff. How long this all is. I just slam the door, why don't you? We're all reacting with amazement that he's actually here. Door 14. Well, that's good. It does seem like it's a fairly popular game with a really good fan base. I've been really impressed by the community that I've encountered as I've been playing it. I'm kind of an original World of Warcraft player. Started MMOs with WoW, and I've moved on to like ESO and stuff like that since then. And you get a lot of hostility in those games. Never believed it when they told me you were dead. What kept you away for so long? The Imperials came for me, as I always knew they would, and so I resolved to stay as far away from you as I could, lest their pursuit of me endanger you and our cause. I could think of no better way to grant you the freedom to continue our work. And continue it you did, achieving things I would not have imagined possible, followed your every success, and celebrated in secret. Proud of you. Uh-oh, be careful of cats bearing gift. A lot of times it's going to be just like a dead rat. Here, it's a dead mouse. I hope you enjoy it. Oh yeah, it's the perfume. That makes more sense. How could I ever forget? You wore it all the time. I've ever lost sight of you. I could find you again just by following my nose. Did not think it was made anymore. You must have gone to so much trouble. No trouble to me, my darling. Fair cannot say the same. However, could not have made it without her. It was just a level 50 monster. Big deal. There is something else. Oh, now here's the dead mouse. Community's great. The worst thing about it, the note of toxic positivity. Much better than regular toxic nonsense in other MMOs. Yeah, I haven't really encountered that so much, but yeah, you get a lot of hostility in the other. It's actually one of the big reasons why I stopped playing WoW heavily, because of how toxic the community had gotten. Never stop talking, do you? I mean, it's cool. Okay, it's nice that they've built all of this backstory, and they're really taking the time to make these characters actual characters rather than just two-dimensional quest givers, which is a problem in a lot of modern games. And it is something that Final Fantasy games have always been good at, is making, having characters you actually care about and know their history of and everything like that. Okay, yeah, no, she's saying the same thing. We gotta leave Ul'dah. Problem is that a lot of times they do it wrong, or it's just boring. Or they do it where it's, here's a 20-minute long cutscene that you have to sit through to get all of this character's backstory and everything, and you have to sit through it. Work lies ahead, and yeah, so we're moving. I've heard things get better too as you keep going. The same. So well and good, we found ourselves a new home. There's much to be done and in so little time. First step will be to secure the cooperation of the Adventurers Guild representatives there. Were it not for the Guild's considerable efforts, the original Camp Revenant's Toll would never have been established, much less its more heavily fortified successor. However, with construction still ongoing and resources in short supply, it seems certain the Guild will require something in return for their support, sympathetic to our cause though they may be. Whether they ask, I shall not begrudge it. To be plain, we need them more than they need us. Without their assistance, such essential tasks as securing new facilities, cultivating relationships with local merchants, and recruiting adventurers would prove difficult, if not impossible. Adventurers kind of just come to you. As long as you have something for them to do, they will find you. You not concern yourself with such matters. Heavensward is a distinct jump in quality. The most infamously boring part of the story, but this build-up has led me in tears later. I have heard that. I've heard that there's quite a few sections of this game where the story will just get you. So yeah, we got to get through this part, and then we'll get to the good stuff. Instead, concern yourself with a different matter, namely, to whom the resolution of such matters might best be entrusted. And here I am. Nor do I come alone, if I can word. May I present the esteemed emissary of the Adventure Guild at Revenant's Toll. Why are they here and not there? I thought we were going there. Oh, okay. Begin talks at the earliest opportunity, knowing that my associates hold the scions in the highest regard. You should be honored to welcome your organization. For certain provisions which must needs be negotiated. If please you, I would do so. It does. Less mistaken, you are known as Kira. You not. May I say what pleasure it is to make your acquaintance. Slaffborn spoke of you in the most glowing terms. To steal an Imperial Reaper and then use it to infiltrate a Garlani Castrum is an undertaking few would contemplate, and fewer still survive. I mean, I died once. That was my fault. Always be welcome at Revenant's Toll. We hope you will favor us with your presence. Well, I've been there a couple times. Got like shit to do. And yeah, my brain really wants to insist that it is Heaven's Sword. Assuming your reputation precedes you, maybe I should dispatch you as first intended. Before that, earn yourself a route. I just want to get through this. I don't care. Someday I need to go back and actually play the old Final Fantasy games because I've played 2 or 3 of them and I've never finished any of them. As well as like a lot of other big time MMOs, or not MMOs, but RPGs like Chrono Trigger I've never played. Able to get some rest, would ask you to come with me to the solar, just return, something you would share with us. And I do want to play them at some point. I have to like find a time for them. We got everybody here again. Adding news. Friends of the Guild have agreed to furnish us with new facilities, material support in exchange for our assistance in the ongoing defense and development of Revenant's Hull. We kind of expected. Scions of the Seventh Dawn shall have a new home in Mordana, the Rising Stones. Bittersweet victory, if truth be told, I cannot deny that I'd come to look forward to the tales of our many guests, their many demands. Waking sands to the rising stones, passably poetic. That wasn't your doing, was it? He just grinned. We have news to share in expectation of this momentous day. I personally informed the Alliance leaders of our plans, and they have each pledged their full support, General Rabudan included. Moreover, I have decided the time is right for us to cast off the vestiges of our Order's veil of secrecy and announce ourselves to the world. Like, blowing up a big old hole in the wall didn't do that already. Yeah, if anything, it is a mere formality. Our existence is quite possibly the worst kept secret in Azoria. Bit like Torchwood. Secret organization. Everybody knows where it is. Hope this gesture will encourage the people of Azoria to place their trust in us. Reveal to them to the true extent of our power, yes, but in doing so, it show them it is a power accountable to no one and at once to all. What of us, we've felled primals and faced down the Empire. To you, my fellow Scions, I would say this: prepare for the challenges which lie ahead, for they will be great indeed. Oh yeah, we're just getting started. Great, I say, yet no greater than us, and we will rise to them as we have time and time again, united as one. Is there some way I can? Wait, that area is said to be rich in minerals. Maybe I should ask, teach me the basics of mining. What? Okay. You ever wonder how he does it? It was almost predictable he should appear with an emissary of the Adventurers Guild mere moments after I'd expressed the need to forge ties between organizations. Truly a sense of timing rivals even own. Setting such mysteries aside for the present, I have a task for you. Well, it's simple. He's read the script. Deliver the documents concerning a forthcoming move. Do take care on the road. Represent well. Okie dokie. Andrew just wants to be useful. But she's plenty useful now. I kind of love these title screens. Although they're funny when they're just the same thing twice. Come on, you can do it. The other day I was doing dungeons, random dungeons, and I got stuck in a load screen for like 10 minutes. Just spinning. I don't know why. I don't know what it was doing. No. Although, hold on, it is about that time of day. Yep, we're having issues. Okay, hold on. My computer does this thing. I've got my virus scanner, and it's set to start at like 2 a.m. But for some reason, instead of going at 2 a.m., it will just pick random times throughout the day, generally when I'm using the computer to kick on. And then it just bogs everything down. Yep, right there. So we have to come in here and kill it. Doesn't respect the time. Oh, and look, now we're running better. Hello. Told to expect a sign, didn't expect it to be you. Been far too long. You have something for me? Got a message for you. Your hands only. Let's see here. Everything appears to be in order. You'll be staying with us for a while. Would that we had a dozen more like you. Since we don't, we'll just give you the work of a dozen men. I jest. Suppose I should, like, update my... Show you around the soon-to-be home. Oh, good. We got a 2 quest. Appreciate that important woman such as yourself is a little time for menial tasks, but since you're here, mayhaps you'd be keen on taking a look around the Scion's new home. See that impressive structure over there? That's the place. Looks like a building. Originally built to house a branch of the guild, you see as such it comes complete with a tavern where adventurers can rest on the road, fill their bellies with good food and drink, and their ears with tales of fortunes to be had about the realm. May get a bit raucous at time, but I imagine it'll be as good as place as any to recruit capable men and women to pause. Come with me, I'll show you around. Urgent news. Received grim tidings from Gridania. Would appear our aid is required at once. Must ask you to report back to the Waking Sands with all due haste. No, I got a phone call. I gotta go. Same privy to the details. Appear there's no time for a leisurely tour, but no worries. You can rest assured that I'll see to all necessary arrangements. Return anytime if you seem to your more pressing matters. Going back there. Yes. That. Probably another reason why they moved the Scions here is that there actually is a crystal, so you don't have to use these things to get it back. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Why, yes, I did used to watch Animaniacs. How can you tell? Messenger from the Twin Adder came to the Waking Sands while you were in Mordana. I wasn't privy to his conversation, but I did see the look on her face after he leaves. Something is amiss. Could it be the Ixal of summoned Gardua again, or mayhap Imperial forces have been sighted within the Shroud? Whatever it may be, absolutely certain is nothing you can't handle. Now go and ask if there's... Kind of odd that the little markers to go into the next room like exist a distance away from the door, right? So you can actually stand behind it, then you turn around. It's very strange. And I think that's new because I think the original one was on the door, or at least I remember it being on the door. Could just be crazy. Entirely possible. Knew this day would come, yet I prayed it would not come so soon. We have reason to believe that another primal or an entity resembling one has been summoned. Oh, good. Arrival is timely. Etheric waves leave little room for doubt. Talents will be needed before long. There's truth in my suspicions. A familiar foe we face, though one quite unlike the Lady of the Vortex. Dare not draw conclusions without evidence, but as Guy says, the readings bear strong resemblance to one observed more than 5 years ago. So I'd hope the Moggles guard beyond such follies. Mogul, the little guys with the thing on their head, summoned a primal. Disturbance warrants a full investigation. Presents have been requested. Await the nest. Hasten to Gardria, rendezvous here, walk in light of the crystal, blah, blah, blah. Blah. Well, I actually have that set as my home, so we'll just do this. And while the teleport and load is going on, I'm going to use the restroom real quick. I will be right back. Get run over. My dog Thor is right under my chair, and I don't want to run him over. The Moogle Primal is your favorite prime. Oh, there actually is one. It's gotta just be goofy though, isn't it? Because these things are like kind of just derpy. Look at the derpy little face. Spoilers. All right, we'll go figure it out. We'll go figure it out the right way. Oh, and for anybody who is just joining in, I do have my own Discord server where I track of things like that, announce when changes happen and stuff like that. I also have a YouTube channel where all of my past streams are. So if you want to get caught up on where we are or see any of the other games that I've played through, you can go there. You should be able to get a link to it if you do !YouTube or !Discord. Should give you links. You can also interact with the little fox that's over here on the rover. There's a couple of commands that'll interact with him. Everything should be in !command. Let's see what those are, because I don't remember them all off the top of my head. Anyway, getting ahead, allow me to explain. Bracelet. Cool. Again, the one. I do get a buffalo calf minion. Milk fed until tender and juicy. Not that anyone would ever think of eating him. Hail to the king, Kupo. I love the references that they mix in. Not long ago, the Moogle Kupo Koop visited the Adder's Nest to request an audience with the Elder Seed Seer. Spoke of an imminent threat to all Moogle kind, one which would imperil the entire Twelveswood if left unchecked. Proved to be an able ambassador to the Sylphs, and we would have you reprise the role. Oh, you proved to be an able ambassador to the Sylphs, and would have you reprise your role in dealing with the Moogles. The rest you should hear from Duplo himself. He waits you with the Elder Seed Seer at the Lotus Stand. Oh, I gotta remember to. You can now summon the Buffalo Calf Mini. Oh, it's just right here. Other signs have already arrived. May I show you in? Yes. Yes. Must deal with this imminent disaster. Derby. You have to stop them, but you mustn't kill them. They're not bad Moogles. They're just misguided. No, firm thrashing is in order. Calm yourself. See that she hasn't the faintest idea what you're talking about. Be quiet this instant. Forgive his witless outburst. Most grateful that I am that you have come and upon such short notice. Truly, Gridania could not wish for a more stalwart ally. Yeah, there's no dirt. We're doubtless eager to know wherefore we summoned you. My friend has brought us news of most unsettling developments. Seem good King Moogle Mog 12 has returned to Azoria. Right, that's 12. Yeah, that's 12. Interesting to hear, I know. Truth to tell, if myself cannot say for sure if he is a genuine figure from history or some manifestation of Moogle mythology. I believe the former. Once upon a time, we Moogles served the gods in the heavens. It was quite nice up there, unspeakably beautiful, unimaginably spacious, and with a literally endless supply of wine. Moogle mythos. Yeah, really. In spite of this, or possibly because of the last part, the gods eventually became discontented and started squabbling, which made life jolly difficult for the poor Moogles. The good King Moogle Mog 12, may his glorious name live forever, decreed the time had come to leave. The realm of men would suffice, he said, so all Moogles should live there instead. Unfortunately, the two realms are so far apart that we couldn't safely fly down. Knew exactly what to do. He had a rope, longest one ever woven, he nobly held while his subjects climbed all the way down to the world below. That is how we Moogles came to this land, all of us except Good King. May his courageous sacrifice never be forgotten. He alone will remain in the heavens so that Moogle kind might at last know peace. But that he has not remained in the heavens, from what I understand, that being your reason for contacting him. But he tied the rope to something, good thinking. Remind me again what the problem was with him returning to Azoria? The problem lies in the fact that he was summoned. It is our belief that good King Moogle Mog 12 is a myth made manifest via means akin to those employed by the beast tribes in the summoning of their gods. Moogles needed to climb when they could fly. And apparently they went down, which you could just fall. Right? You're saying a handful of Moogles with a boatload of crystals wished really, really hard, and he just sort of appeared. Would that even work? Apparently it does. What I cannot fathom is why they would try. With Gardua humbled and the Ultima weapon destroyed, what new threat could have prompted them to take so drastic a measure? Just a thought here, but it might be because they're idiots. Might that not in itself be the answer? Twice in the last half-decade, Azoria has been brought into the very brink of destruction, only to be spared to last by heroics of a chosen few. You who braved those tempests and survived by virtue of your own strength, this latest period of peace will doubtless seem a welcome respite. But to those who had not the power to defend themselves, who were spared only by another's grace, it is merely the calm before the storm. Hope plus crystals equal gods. Welcome to Primals. Yeah, exactly. Get a bunch of crystals, you wish really hard, you get a god. Or at least something with a boatload of power and not a lot of care about the people that they're stepping on. I think the Moogles Guard are afraid of what tomorrow will bring, and that things may not end so well as they did yesterday. Fear has driven them to call upon a greater power, one they believe can be relied upon to protect their loved ones and their homes, come what may. Which is reasonable. I assure you the Mughals Guard only want to protect the forest from outsiders, but ever since the return of... I'm not going to say that name every time. Of the king, may his boundless grace fill our hearts with love. They started to get a little carried away, verging on a lot in... Yeah, they're getting... What is it? Tempered? Like the sylphs who summoned Ramu. Yeah, they're getting tempered because it's a primal. Cannot discount the possibility that this entity is influencing the Mughals in a matter similar to that of a primal. It is a primal. If you took a bunch of crystals and you summoned it, then it's a primal. That's how you get primals. Whoever or whatever the king may be, is our belief he poses a threat not only to Mughal kind, but to Dania as a whole. Thus, we do beseech you, confront and drive him out of our midst. Go kill it. Sanctity of their Mughal Guard is concealed by magical wards. Brother Sumayan of the Conjurers Guild would doubtless be able to offer insight on how they might be dispelled. Seek his counsel before you proceed any longer. God, they're so weird. I remember playing one where you had to use them to save. Was it 7? Must have been. You had to like find them because they were hiding. And then you could save your game. Weird. Kind of annoying because they were like hidden save spots. Oops. Been so long since I've been here, I've forgotten how to get to the Conjurers Guild. Couldn't tell I started as a conjurer. I do like White Mage, but it gets very involved with some of the quests. Some of the end quests for Realm Reborn were like, crap, I have to like focus on what's going on because oof. One to face is a great comfort to me and the Elementals both. As I'm sure you know, the Mughals are not by their nature a warlike race. Yet, should the kings be suffered to remain, it is like this influence will bring about a change in them. Thus, it does behoove us to defeat him quickly before any lasting damage is done. Make whatever preparations you deem necessary, and inform me when you are ready to seek the king. Preparation. At least we're getting blue stuff, like that's good. I assume. You have selected Regicide. Wards barring access to the King's Sanctuary can only be nullified through the use of enchanted keystones. Self-same method employed 5 years ago when first the king was summoned to Azuria. What? Isn't the first time he's been summoned? Great regret we were forced to sanction the slaying of the guardians who then held the king's keystones, for none were in our possession at the time. Grace the elementals, however, we have been spared that burden on this occasion. Confided in me that he had been entrusted with a set of keystones by the Mughals Guard themselves. Yet wishing not to betray their confidence, he begged me to find some other means to gain entry to the king's sanctum. Unable to do so and dare not labor any longer for fear that the Mughals might succumb to the corrupting influence of their liege lord. Must needs have the keystones, go to him and beg his assistance. Waits you at West Shore Pier, impress upon him our great need, blah blah blah. Oh, there's a pier here? I don't know that I've ever been over there. I was going to say, of the DPS classes that I've tried, Black Mage is probably my favorite. I just like blowing stuff up. Oh yeah, I've ever been. Give me your keystones or I will slay you. How you do it? Oh, we told you about that. Really is no other way. I'll do it. Take the ferry to pier. Go on ahead. Welcome back, Kay. We are investigating. They're dumb. And they did a dumb. They're so derpy. Like, they really are just the derpiest. Oh, I didn't know they came in different colors. And those are big ones. Dare lie to me, I know what you're planning and won't allow it. Oh, they have weapons, too. In your eyes, the king will never be satisfied no matter how many crystals you bring him. And that staff is hilarious. We offered you a choice. This is how you repay us. Imperials, Guardians, Gridanians, Sylphs, you're no different than the rest of them. Actually, you're worse. Traitor. Plots treason. Kill him. Now, we'll answer for his crime soon enough, as will all who defy the will. Yeah, exactly. They're tempered. Like, that's exactly what's happening to them. King is planning to purge the 12's wood of his enemies. We've got to stop him before it's too late. Entrance to Thorn March is deep within the Bramble Patch. If you take me there, I can nullify the ward, but be warned, the Moogle's guard has set traps to lure enchanted beasts. Can't hide from them, so you'll need to protect me. Oh my god. No, it's a fucking escort? God damn. I hate these. Okay, before we do, where are we going? Going there. I hate escort quests so much. You sense a hostile presence, Kupo. So, has it always been a Moogle telling us about hostile presences? Stop attacking him and attack me. I think we gotta go this way, but the hell is that? Usually you can tell Moogle speech, they typically always say Kupo at the end of sentence. Yeah. A thing. Following me? He is just... Oh good, a bunch of squirrels. Okay. Probably a bad class to be doing this in. I have. That one on. Oops, I'm pushing the wrong button. Are we going to die? No. Fine. Just fly up a little bit. There's squirrels. Because then I get to see the staff taking a nap on my back. Amuses me. Also a wild boar in the way. But that we at least melted pretty quickly. That too. Hate escort quests. Especially ones where the enemies like only target the frickin' thing you're escorting. What? Oh, god damn it. Behind us. Fine. Don't. And this is why I don't like escort quests, because they're too dumb not to move out of the way. Don't stand right in front of them. Okay, or should leave us alone. Push the wrong button. Kind of one of those times where it'd be nice to be playing as a tank class, because then you'd have aggro gain abilities where you can take aggro, but I don't have it, so I can't. I mean, I have one, but it's not anywhere close to the level where I can make it different. This seems to be working well enough. Jenny and can kill stuff. You can heal your escort? Yeah. Yeah, with this class I can heal. With like a pure tank class I wouldn't be able to heal it. But he also wouldn't get hit as often. That's kind of a trade-off. We made it. Don't see any more beasts. Well, I see lots of beasts, but none of them that want to eat. Why? I tried to click on the Moogle and instead it clicked on the stupid Firefly. Ready to face the king? Then step closer to the ward. Raise your hand and focus like when you attune to an Aetheryte. I'll open the way. Alright, in we go. Attuning. Weird. Rest is up to you. Now go teach those foolish Moogles a lesson and send the king back whence he came. Thorn March hard, now accessible. I guess it's It's a trial. Okay. Good King Mughal 12th of his name, has once more been called forth by the Mughals Guard. Though the king is not considered a primal in the strictest sense, he poses a threat not unlike that of the god, in that his influence could corrupt his people's peaceful nature, and so, like those other aether-starved beings, he too must be felled for the sake of the realm. 1 to 8 players? Oh. 2 tanks, 2 healers, and 4 DPS. Interesting. You're free to join, Kay? Okay. Fine. Could you, like, not do that? Alright, and then we'll pick the rest of them up from randoms, I guess. And here I am, a tank main stuck at work. Yeah, that's the downside to my streaming during this time, is that a lot of people are working. Honestly, like right now, there's no reason for me to be doing it at this time of day. It's just when I've streaming. Off this week. Hey, there we go. Full party. Like this one can't even fly with the axe. Oh my God. Little black mage hat. Meddling adventurers. Mughals Guard, to arm, defend the king. Your little toy sword. Holy crap. Sorry, he's getting melted. This is just chaos. The other one. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's just getting melted. Right in me bum. You never should have come here. You know, that is something that is kind of alarming to think about. Skyrim is old enough that we have games that have been around for a while, like this one, that has references to Skyrim in it. They're just getting melted. Okay, here comes the actual king. My God. What chaos is this? Okay, well, Apparently we need that. We'll let the DPS worry about what order they're supposed to kill stuff in. I'll stand in that. Ow. Stop. Problem is that I can't tell who's getting targeted with stuff because there's so much going on. This is absolute chaos. Oh, he's sad. God, that was hilarious. A weapon that reminds one of a Moogle. Care. Oh my god. Oh. I might have to watch that back because I don't even know what happened. Oh, you did it. May his mighty soul rest in peace, says no more. Don't summon him again. Better to think what might have happened as you not stopped the Moogle's guard when you did. Thank you. Perhaps now they'll come to their senses and stop playing at fairy tales. Rest assured the chieftain will have choice words for them too. Go and tell Pookie Pack the king is no more. She's with Rhea O at Camp Tranquil. Relay the news to the chieftain. We'll repeat Moogle King favorite primal. I can see why. I can definitely see why. Oh my god, that was chaos. Alright, where are we going? We're going to... Oh no, your game crashed? Well, that's no good. I mean, the fight ended successfully, so you should be okay. Oh, yep, you just logged out there. This staff just amuses the hell out of me, by the way. Especially when the character pulls it out in a cutscene and it's like... What's going on? I was sleeping. Was already out of the fight? Okay, yeah. Do I dare believe my ears? Good King Moogle Mog the 12th, make magnificent virtue serve as an example to us all, has fallen? All Moogle kind owes you a debt, and I sense Rhea O wishes to congratulate you as well. Let the two of you speak without fear of interruption. It's like it's an actual threat. It's a freaking giant Moogle, who cares? Bravery and service the Twelveswood, and her Moogle shall not be forgotten. Sister will doubtless wish to hear the tale of the great victory from the mouth of the woman responsible. Return to the Lotus stand and treat her to a full account of the day's events. Details are still fresh in your mind. I don't know what happened. Because it was chaos. An extreme version of him? Oh my god, is there? That was listed as hard. What is it, just more Moogles? No, use the teleporter thing. Conjurers. Certain all the trials get an extreme version, which are, if you mess up a mechanic, party wipe. Return to us unharmed and victorious, thus I have 2 reasons to be glad. Yet many questions remain unanswered. If you would be so kind as to oblige me, I would fain to hear all that occurred in Thornmarch. It was chaos. There were Moogles everywhere. Some of them had giant axes. They couldn't even fly. Could be wrong to think the extremes are the only way to get some of the mounts. That would make sense. It would for them to lock stuff like that behind dungeon content like that. He really is a primal. But he really isn't? I mean, the Moogles don't worship him, for one thing. He's not even a god to them. Doesn't sound like any primal I've ever heard of. Mayhap the fault lies with the definition. The fact remains that through a combination of the power contained in crystals and the force of their collective faith, the Moogles called forth a being that by rights should not exist. Moreover, when slain, said being left no corpse, ether which comprised him instead being scattered to the four winds. According to the accepted definition, he may not be a primal, but the mode of his manifestation was in every respect the same. Which means Ascians, this whole business reeks of their handiwork. They said it was a masked man who taught them how years ago, but Gridania has no shortage of masked men, and I never thought to question. Found it all, how many more will they ensnare with their tainted gifts? Too many, I fear, so long as there are paragons to stir the embers, fools to build the pyre, and crystals to feed the flames, ever and again shall we suffer primal visitation. Somber thought, but a statuary one. Come back at higher level and solo sit extreme trial in less than a minute. Oh, jeez. Pretty common for mount farming. I know that was a thing that people did in that was a thing that people would do in World of Warcraft, is when you get high enough level, you could actually solo raids with certain classes. I remember people doing max level Death Knights in Wrath, and they'd run them through some of the original like level 50 raids that WoW has, and you could just solo the whole thing as a Death Knight. People would run that to get the unique drops and stuff out of there. I never did it. I never had a Death Knight that I actually got up high enough. Got bored with the class way too soon. Whenever what you speak is even now been settled, the silence shall not wait for want for support. We would be glad to send additional supplies. Knew we could count on you. Level sync, minimum level only. Can you not do? Oh, if you go through as a... Yeah, if you go as a minimum sized party, then it takes away the... Want to challenge play current raids? I know people... There was... What was it? It was... It was ESO. There's the big multi-dungeons. Multi-user dungeons that you're supposed to do with a whole group, and people would just like intentionally build They would intentionally come up with builds that can solo them. There's supposed to be like 4 people in here, and they're just like, nah, we're just gonna solo the whole thing. Current raids are always a big deal because you cannot level them. What are you pointing at anyway? The sun? That was hilarious. And just absolute chaos. Love it. Alright, are you ever gonna move? I know you gotta like pack up all your shit here, which should be easy considering the Empire came through and trashed the place. Good to see you, Hale and Healthy. Received word that you'd felled the Moogle King. Hope to hear your version of the tale. It was, as they said, someone with the same methods used by the Beast Tribes and taught by the Ascian. Though unfortunate, this incident did at least serve to remind the Elder Seed Seer of our usefulness. Our offer of additional support could not have come at a better time. Many thanks. Time has come for at last for you to leave Vesper Bay. Final details of the move. Owing to the tireless efforts of all concerned, we are at long last ready to bid farewell to Vesper Bay. So as to avoid drawing undue attention, we shall make the journey to Revenant's Toll in small groups, departing at irregular intervals. At least you doubt it is still my intention to conduct future operations openly, but on this particular occasion, the need for caution overrides all other concerns. To move north as one ponderous caravan would only serve to invite attack. It seems only right that I should be the last to leave, as I would have you remain with me until the end. Until my departure, upon my departure, Waking Sands will formally cease to be our headquarters. Premises will be given to the care of, I thought to relinquish the property, but he was quite adamant. I had not the heart to disagree. These walls have borne witness to some of the brightest and darkest moments in our order's history. Best that we do not forsake them entirely. Remain here and devote his energies to studying the nature of primals. By the grace of the 12, he will one day discover the permanent solution we have sought for so long. Of course, he will not be alone. Continue to work closely. Should they require assistance, I have their assurances they will not hesitate to contact us. Inquire if he has any tasks remaining. Oh, geez, sorry. Yeah, this stuff's boring. Like, the Moogle stuff was fun, but this is boring. Yeah, maybe that's why they threw that in there, because it's like, hey, here's some just humor that you can do. Hold on, let me stand on the table so I can actually talk to you. Never welcome, require no assistance. Take thy leave unburdened. Be special desire to quit the place with a further. Oh my god. Old English is hard to read. Proud pioneer, barely treading the great unknown, blah, blah, blah. Not offended, contact by reproach, by a specialist. What? She got off the table. Well, let's go. What are you just standing there for? Oh, she's dead. Ah, and now we get a vision. Tell me, would you have done the same? Remarkable man, wise beyond mortal measure. Would that have met him prior to his passing? Who is talking to you? Oh, it's one of these fuckers. How are they here? They can just randomly teleport. Not like the others, your robes. Gifted but ignorant, shall not judge you harshly. The fault lies with your forebears. It has been millennia. Mine are the robes of an emissary. Unlike he who came before, I have no quarrel with you. But Barry is a warrior. He fought, he fell. He may yet learn from his mistakes. Yeah, because they're... Yeah, they can't die, apparently, because they're just spirits. Only confirm that which you already knew. There is no cessation, no oblivion, only expulsion. Ready when you are, lady. If there's nothing else... Nothing the matter? Oh, she can't see the guy. Feel the same way after everything has happened here. It feels strange to leave, but I'm sure we'll soon get used to Revenant's toll. Let you say your goodbyes as long as you like. We shall depart whenever you're ready. Only to be expected, she'll ask the gift and knowledge both. To her, we are indistinct. Not understand. So it's the echo that lets us see him, I'm guessing. Shadowless, fleshless, formless, what truth there is in each tale is diluted by time and telling. Knowledge dictates expectation, and expectation colors perception. Thus did she perceive not. So it is with all but a chosen few. Even you, when young, could not yet see with eyes unclouded. You just need some more insight. You know nothing about me, nothing. Probably been following you for a while. Gift grants you clarity, it grants you focus. With it, you may in time come to see us as we are, rather than this crude approximation. Varda did not think so highly of the Echo. Wrong about a great many things. The Echo is indeed a gift, albeit one you have yet to master. And if we did, there would be no strife between our peoples, for we would be of one mind. I leave as I came in peace. May we meet again as friends. Just stay where you are. Mayhap I was indelicate. A mercy she shields her children from his grace with such resolve. Is it also by her hand that you survived the ardor, I wonder? Oh, I think he's talking about the crystal now. I think there is no need to explain. It is a crazy skirt that she's wearing. If you're concerned he did mean no lasting harm, whatever his intention was, it was not to kill. Or to cry, what happened? Are you alright? Bet you a flask of my special tonic. Yeah, here, it's just vodka. Send word to the students, tell them to scour the archives, the forbidden tomes in particular. If there's any reference to an Ascian robed in white, however oblique I would know of it. Ascian, my lady? What? Was that what gave you cause to cry out? I did but moments ago glimpse a figure clad in white set forth from the waking sands, yet Ascians are wont to employ teleportation magic. Why would one be so brazen? He wanted to be seen. Obviously. I know not and care not. Find him. Turn every stone in Vesper Bay if you have to. Either that or they're not actually teleporting. God, who was it? There was some character in fiction. I think it was a TV show where the everybody thought the character teleported. But in actuality, he just made himself invisible and then hid. Or would walk out. Oh, it was the Dresden Files. That's right. It was Morgan. The warden that was assigned to guard or to watch Dresden, he would you know, he could just make himself invisible, and then he would, oh, there he is, just standing there. He could make himself invisible, and then he would just hide or just walk away. I'm told that you are a warrior of light, but I would know for myself. Shall walk north, and you may choose to follow. Know, however, that you will be waylaid. If you do, you may even perish. Should you survive, we shall speak anon. Okay. You are being judged. I'm always being judged. The staff is quite judgmental. Nobody is judging you. It says I'm being judged. Well, like I said, this staff is very judgmental. I love this staff so. Stupid ass. Yeah. Them and their tests and their cryptic statements and being dicks. Act again. Yep. Oh, that explains what happened before. I was in here judging you, and my verdict is that you're pretty chill. That's good, I guess. Try to be. I mean, if you want to see me angry, I've got VODs. Played Elden Ring, and we tried Salt and Sacrifice at one point. I still need to go back and try it again. It does. I don't know, the playstyle of the game doesn't match with me, really. Salt and Sacrifice, the first one made by the same people. I really enjoy. I really love. And it's a 2D Souls-ish still need to beat Horaloo. Yeah, that's true. But Salt and Sacrifice is a 2D Souls-ish, or Salt and Sanctuary rather, 2D Souls-ish Metrovania platformer. It's a lot of fun, really cool. But then they went and made a sequel, but the sequel follows more the Monster Hunter type of gameplay, which is not something that I've ever really been a fan of. Plus, it's still got the whole Souls mentality where it's super difficult and everything can kill you. I haven't poked at it in a while, so they might have made some changes. And yeah, I still gotta beat Horaloo. might just end up doing a recording of that and then put it up on YouTube, because I don't really feel the need. I don't really want to just endlessly throw myself at it while I'm on. Not fun for me. Laughing Toad. You're like in the way, bud. Avid lover of Gen 5 Monster Hunter, judgment might be shifting. Hey, if you like Monster Hunter games, that is awesome. And more power to you. I just don't... It's the grind. I'm not thrilled with how grindy those kinds of games are. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with having some grind in games, but it's just too much, in my opinion. As you play an MMO. Yeah, the difference is that the grind in this is fun. Whereas the grind okay, the only Monster Hunter game that I've ever played, like actually sat down and played, was Monster Hunter World. And apparently that's a bad one for grinding it. But yeah, like I don't mind grind as long as the grind is fun. And what isn't fun is, agree with that, the grind in Monster Hunter is a bit excessive, like this is my job now. Yeah. Yeah. The grind in Sacrifice is really bad because you're supposed to track down and fight these mages, and they teleport all over the area. But at the same time, you also have to deal with the normal Dark Souls-like level, where you've got monsters all over the place, and any one of these monsters can just murder you. You know, it's not like here, where I can come and stand right next to this guy, and he doesn't give a shit. You know, hostile monster will actively attack you, but because I'm more than double his level, he leaves me alone. No, that's not how it works in that. No matter what level you are, these guys will try to kill you, and they can. You're trying to fight them, and you're trying to chase the mage, and you're trying to deal with the spawns that the mages drop. I think it's just 11 levels. Well, I'm just saying, like, I am currently more than twice his level. But yeah, I know what you mean. Remarkable, truly remarkable. Thank you for granting me this indulgence. None save she who bested Liberta could endure such an examination. I mean, anybody who... Yeah, see, the staff is like, what the fuck's going on? Laws of man grown so twisted in my absence that it is now permitted to lay hands upon an emissary? You bore witness to my audience with the assailant, did you not? Then you know I acted only in self-defense. I realize the same cannot be said of Liberta. Even amongst his brethren, he is considered unique. Nevertheless, I cannot wholly condemn his misdeeds, for through... God, stop. Okay? Through them we discovered you, once so strong in the gift that she cast us out. This is so funny. Mother favors you still, that much is plain, but surely you must feel it. Her influence wanes, and her strength shall soon be spent. These lands, this people, this world, all shall soon change. As so it was, so shall it be again, as should it always have been. Claims and question my motives, if you will. Only believe me when I say this. I am Eldibus, emissary, bearer of the word of the one true God, and we shall meet again. Okay. I've been watching Stargate SG-1, and I've just reached the start of Season 9, which is where the Ori get introduced. And these guys just really remind me of the Priors from that with the Ori. Like, where they think they're like, we're doing good and we're being you know, carrying the word of our gods and converting people and blah blah blah, and it's like, you get kind of assholes. People have different tolerances, can grind Monster Hunter for 500 hours, pop me in front of Call of Duty or Apex, brain turns to frustrated mush as I get sniped from half the map away. Yeah, I don't do PvP, period, pretty much, because for pretty much exactly that reason. I just get murdered constantly by it. But like, I have in Dark Souls games, I have just gone through and cleaned out a level and then reset back at the bonfire and go through and clean it out again, look, you know, to pick up healing items or just, you know, souls or whatever. And that's fun. I find that entertaining because you can adapt to how those characters, you learn how the enemies come at you and stuff, and it doesn't work for players because they'll do something different. Like, oh, this isn't working, so I'm going to do something different, which makes sense. Waiting for you. What did you do? What did he say? What does he speak? What exactly? Pretend much, but reveal nothing, save perhaps a measure of disdain. Hope for answers, but it seems I shall have to contend with a wealth of additional questions. Final favor. Set aside the matter until after we've completed our move. There is but one final favor I would ask of you before I depart. I believe I mentioned before that my father was a member of the Alamigdan Resistance. The truth, however, is more complicated than that. As far as the Empire knew, he was their spy. He maintained the deception for nigh on half a decade, furnishing the Resistance with vital Imperial secrets while feeding his paymasters subtly conceived misinformation. When he died some 15 years ago, my father left behind his journal, which I've closely guarded ever since. Contains every shred of information he and his agents could steal on what they believe to be the single greatest threat to Azoria, the Primals. His wisdom has guided me through the years, though there is much within I still do not understand. Hope that he will fare better, treated him with care, all that I've left of my father. She took down the mystery staff, too. But I don't think we've ever gotten any information about what that's all about. There was a time when I was halfway decent at PvP and WoW. That was primarily because there was a very small time in there where demonology was actually viable as a warlock, and everybody who ran warlock in PvP used destruction, because destruction was all the direct damage, instant damage spells. Nobody bothered with affliction because there was plenty of ways to cleanse, for players to cleanse themselves of various of the, you know, the dots that they're full of. But nobody ran demonology. So everybody would see a warlock and they wouldn't see your demon nearby because it's either a succubus who's cloaked or dead because somebody's killed it already. So they wouldn't really look for the demon, they'd just go after the warlock. But as a demonologist, you get the Felguard, and he has a charge ability that stuns people. So they'd come after me, they'd attack me, and the Felguard would come out of nowhere and just slam into them, and then just murder them. It was hilarious. Parted, what do you linger? Here, have a journal. I'm telling stories again, I'm getting distracted. No small thing to surrender, such a chair as memento. Imagine plan, upon my honor, swear to spare no effort in the study. Sacrifice be in vain. It's not really a sacrifice, though, because she can get it back from you. Good stream, gonna take Savannah out for a bit. Alright, yeah, have fun, you two. Departed for the Rising Stone. What so you couldn't have like stuck your head in the room. We're just right here. Give the journal. Bid you to come to the seventh heaven to show you inside our new headquarters. Already attuned to it, you may wish to make use of our new Aetheryte. After all, it's right on our doorstep. Yeah, at this point, having been there, like, what, 3 or 4 times, if you haven't attuned to it, you are dumb. Plus, it's like the only one up here. Ooh, dungeon. Oh, it's a raid. Of the lake. See, that's one I don't have access to. I'm sure I've just missed whatever quest it is that opens it. Used to play Shadow Priest, like the .esque gameplay. Yeah, I actually played a priest for a long time myself. Was what I did in as my healer. And then yeah, you do Shadow when you're doing questing and stuff. Telling your receptionist, pleased to inform you that all the documents have been prepared and all signatures signed. The Rising Stones is officially yours. Splendid. From this day forth, we'll spare no effort in seeing that it is as welcoming and comfortable home for us as the Waking Sands ever was. That said, this is all somewhat intimidating, is it not? So many unfamiliar places and unfamiliar faces. Like that odd-looking fellow over there, for example, he's been eyeing us most suspiciously ever since we arrived. Cannot help but wonder if we are truly safe here. Everybody turn and look at him. Can't say I've spoken to him myself, but rumor has it he's come to hunt for ancient treasures in the Crystal Tower. Oh, speaking of... in the structure I speak of, no, it'd be hard to miss it. That massive pillar of shining crystal that looms high over the land just to the southeast of here. Tales are to believed as a remnant of some ancient civilization. The details remain a mystery, and that's no doubt why it's drawn adventurers and scholars from all over looking to unearth its secrets. Man over there is no exception. My instincts are true. He knows more than most. If you're curious about the tower yourself, you could do worse than to talk to him and see what he knows. Otherwise occupied with my duties here, to half a mind to join you. Look at it. Scarce begin to imagine what wonder. But nothing will top this staff. Wonderful to hear. Rest assured, this receptionist will work just as hard to see our efforts do not skip a beat despite the relocation. That I do believe it's time you officially announced your presence to everyone inside. Others will surely be overjoyed to see you. Crystal Towers quest series is now available from the Outlandish Man. In order to progress in the main scenario, you must first complete certain quests in the Crystal Towers series. While you are granted a respite from your duties as a scion, use your time to probe the depths of the Crystal Tower and see what ancient secrets may be gleaned. Oh goody. A mandatory dungeon that you have to do multiple levels of? What does that remind me of? Frickin' Legend of Zelda, the Phantom Hourglass. That's the one. I quit playing that because of the stupid dungeon that you have to keep going into. Alright, whatever. Let's go finish this up and look at that. Yeah. It's the first 24-man raid. Ugh. That sounds terrible. This is kind of nice, though. You got an upgrade. Bigger desk, too. Certainly spacious. It's very, really reminds me of the Nord construction style from Elder Scrolls games. You've even got a secret passageway here. Yeah, and your broken staff. I'm guessing it was her dad's. I don't know why else it would be up there like that. New beginning for the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. For today, we declare our independence. Shall henceforth be beholden to no nation, but serve all of Azoria's people proudly and openly. This does not mean we will sever our ties to the Azorian alliance. On the contrary, endeavor to strengthen. Oh God. Rest assured, however, shall not permit political considerations to influence our decisions. Watch the opening cinematic. I did, but it was a long time ago. Identity remains unchanged, as does our cause. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and our single purpose is to safeguard the future of Azoria. I know he was in it. Like, that was him and his sister. That was pointed out. I think we can go back and rewatch it, can't we? For the intrusion, a matter which you admit no delay. Every attempt to contact has been met with silence. Not good. No one will respond. Oh, odd, allow me to try. We're sorry, but the number you have dialed has been disconnected. Never yet. Fear must assume the worst. Not believe it. An outpost, perhaps, but not their headquarters. Their wards are beyond circumvention. Had they come under attack, they would most certainly have raised the alarm. None could penetrate their sanctum unnoticed. But for those who lack the gift and the knowledge both, oh no. What? Agents in the field at once. If aught has befallen the students, they know of it. Thought of it pains me until such time we have evidence that contrary we can but assume the worst. Accordingly, we must needs seek another source of information. Possible that others in the homeland are possessed of such knowledge. Be fairly warned, however, they are unlike to yield it unconditionally. Do what you must. Another unforeseen and unwelcome development. Be next, I wonder, a visit from crimson-clad Ascian, which of our allies will then fall silent. For a time, I thought we had gained the upper hand. Shatter the crystal of darkness, cast out. Here to say, find a way to rid ourselves of the menace, but I was wrong. He endures, and you met. Oh, I'm sorry about all the yawning. Destroy them utterly, a way to spare the world down. Nations. I mean, if they hang out in crystals, then couldn't you just trap them in a crystal and... The staff of the old man that plunged into Bahamut and was the twins' grandfather. Oh, okay. I guess I just didn't recognize it. Like I said, I saw the opening cinematic, and then it was a long time before I actually got to this part with the Scion. Ready when the time comes. Private affairs, my blessing. Anything else, you'll be informed. Intercession was not foretold. Checked. We question. Our plans are in motion. Your intentions unclear. We survived the seventh ardor and are stronger now in the gift. Does that not intrigue you? These guys got some fancy robes. No, it does not. Serve as you will, so too shall I. We labor not at cross purposes. The wisdom of his plan shall become apparent in time when the veil is lifted from their eyes. And at long last they see. us eyes. Grant us eyes. Achievement unlocked, a realm awoken. Complete the main scenario quest. Okay. Oh, what did I get here? Got a crown. Getting 100 player things. Neat. Didn't know that had an award. All right, new assignment. What is it? The full story of why this is called A Realm Reborn. Nobody's actually said anything. I know they made mention of it during the final cutscene with the I guess the Alliance coming together. I gathered there was a issue from the Calamity where everything had kind of fractured. Storehouse and Horizon has become a target of a series of robberies. Minors, they seemed in isolation. Occasional discrepancies in the manifest were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that pattern became apparent. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals, were missing. Oh, good. Brass Blades, charged with investigating the thefts, believe that someone within the concern is selling crystals for profit. Last, they have yet as been unable to. You can't find who it is. Profiteers have grown frustrated by the lack of progress. Needless to say, would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods been of merely monetary value. But if there is even a possibility that the thief acts not out of self-interest but in service to a primal, we can ill afford to wait for the Blades to realize their mistake. Depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Bottom of the thefts. Fuel. Ba 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 ba. Horizon. Horizon is over there. Okay, before we do that, let's go poke at the guy with the crystal power quest. And then I think that's gonna do it for us for today. Crap, my inventory. Alright. You have stuff that I've apparently required to do. Do I know you? Unless I'm very much mistaken. You're a famed adventurer who bested the Garland Empire's general, are you not? Amazing and more than a little serendipitous. One might even call it fate. Barely received word of a truly unique opportunity. See an opportunity the like of which none but one of your proven worth could take advantage. Reward? Not less than the accumulated knowledge of a fallen civilization. The risk, a single misstep could cost you your life. What is a little danger to a storied hero? Actually an out-of-game thing. First attempt at 14 was an utter flop. So they literally blew it up in an in-game event, the Calamity, and rebuilt the game from the ground up. So if you look at the patch notes, the earliest you'll find is patch 2. Oh, really? So you could actually play pre-Calamity? It just failed? That's actually kind of cool. Absolute confidence and ability stands to profit handsomely. I have no recompense for my part in bringing this opportunity to your attention. The historic discoveries you shall make will be reward enough, I assure you. My words have fanned the flames of your curiosity, then I bid you seek a man by the name of Rambaros at St. Conscious Find. It is he who stands at the doorway to the untold marvels, awaiting the arrival of a champion bold enough to march across the threshold. Or dumb enough. Oops, this way. Yeah, I just figured that A Realm Reborn was just some, you know, fun lore thing that they were doing because of whole Calamity. But not anymore. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously not anymore. Pre-Calamity is gone, but there's a special mount for those that stuck around. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's kind of like with WoW, because you can't play pre... Oh, God, what was the name of the expansion where they redid the starting zones? Was it? I think it was Calamity. Not expecting guests. Honor this visit. Thinking about the Crystal Tower. Directed here by a man clad in foreign garb. The opportunity he spoke of must surely refer to our latest anthrogeographical endeavor. How I came to know of it is another matter. All knowledge of the project was supposed to be restricted to my organization. Cataclysm. That's right. I know it started with a C. Couldn't remember. Something for me to ponder in private. Here now, and your services will, I am certain, prove invaluable. I must warn you, however, that the venture we have in mind is no simple excavation. An unprepared or incautious adventurer very well find herself unplanned and unpleasant journey to Thal's solemn halls. Knowing this, do you still wish to lend us your cooperation? Thought you would say that. Your courage is scarcely a secret. Now the first. And it's Sid. Realm shaking, blah, blah, blah. Get acquainted. Caught one of the forthcoming expeditions kindly pledged to assist us. Glad to have you aboard. Don't have the faintest idea what you volunteered for, do you? Never do. Sons are tasked with unearthing the secrets of the long-fallen Algean Empire, and this present endeavor aims to delve more deeply into the civilization's mystery than ever before. Know that look in the event you feel ill-equipped to contribute much in the subject of archaeology. Invite you to recall your encounter with the Ultima weapon. Mechanical monstrosity represented a feat of engineering far beyond simply awoke it. Mention this by way of a reminder that you have, but one might term extensive first-hand knowledge with a notable Algain relic. In short, you're practically an archaeologist. I mean, archaeologist in the vein of Indiana Jones, where it tried to kill you. But anyway, here in Mordana, there stands an entire structure which we have yet to investigate. Speak, of course, of Crystal Tower. Witnessing the destructive capabilities of the Ultima weapon and the lesser moon Dalamud before it, it seems wise to treat any remnants from the era with the utmost caution. Must be analyzed, monitored, and above all, kept from falling into the wrong hands. Put it plain, I have no wish to see another megalomaniacal, like, Jesus Christ, that word is hard. Wield one of those weapons. It was this thought which first moved me to contact the Science, propose the tower be explored. And I'm guessing that's another reference to pre-Calamity. For several millennia, the Crystal Tower remained hidden, buried deep underground, but like so many other things that were better left undisturbed, the structure was freed from its stony prison by the great upheaval which accompanied the coming of the Seventh Umbral Era. It now stands revealed in all its splendor, a gleaming spear of crystal pointing at the bosom of the heavens. Thus the name of the expansion, Heavenward. Balmon was the artificial red moon that was apparently holding an ancient dragon god. Oh, jeez. Yeah, it's never as easy as just walking in. I believe the tower to be the repository of much of the ancient's wisdom. Unfortunately, its entrance is guarded by formidable defenses. We cannot so much as peep through the keyhole, much less set foot inside. Defenses take the form of statues, carved likeness of giant swordsmen, the 8 sentinels, the sons are wont to call them. First barrier we must overcome. I see, and they're conveniently color-coded, too. Fly over them in an airship. It's been tried before. Any vessel that ventures too close to the tower is blasted out of the air. Either destroy the statues or the front door is forever beyond our reach. Someone chucked said red moon at an enemy and caused said calamity. Yeah, that'll do it. Colleagues and I are ill-suited to negotiating such deadly hazard. Thus, if we are to gain access to the tower's secrets, we must needs employ the services of an experienced adventurer. Or several. Difficult and dangerous. Think of no finer for the task. Didn't know better. I'd say a taste for these deadly escapades. I look forward to working with you again. Much and more to be done before we can begin the expedition proper. Take some time to prepare yourself, and I shall explain the challenges that lie ahead. Speak with him again. Did you run out of talk elements in that? Objective is to reach the entrance. Prove no easy task. Guarded by a powerful defense mechanism, each utilizing one of the 4 elements of fire, water, wind, or earth. Anyone attempting to simply stroll past will invite swift obliteration. Analysis, however, we are reasonably certain the attacks of these lethal contraptions can be reflected using a crystal of the corresponding element. Naturally, the crystals must be of surpassing clarity, free of the slightest impurities, much like the flawless specimens used by the beastmen in their primal summon rituals. Perhaps I should have said exactly like the specimens they use. Were there any other way, we would not ask this of you, but we need someone to enter the beast tribe strongholds and liberate their perfect crystals. For the moment, we're going to have you focus on obtaining 2 of the 4 crystals we require. Must be certain the materials used in the Beastman's sacred rituals will be well defended. Whether you choose to venture there alone or with companions, I shall leave you to your discretion, but whatever you do, please be. Survey the designated location and slay the Cobalt Sentry to obtain a flawless Earth Crystal, and slay the Sagan Sentry to obtain a flawless Water Crystal. Aha. So it's these areas up here. Okay. And then I'm guessing the other one. Yeah, over area. Okay, so that's going to be more thing to do. Flag. What's the... Ah. Okay. But, like I said, we're going to go back here because, as I mentioned, I'm going to actually end things here for today. My throat's starting to get unhappy and I need to find myself something to eat. But I am having fun, and it's definitely getting more interesting the deeper that we get into the story and everything that's going on here. That's actually really interesting too about the way that it failed to begin with and got rebooted. Which I like. Cool. But anyway, thank you to everybody for stopping by and hanging out with me. I always appreciate that. Thank you very much to the new followers that we've found today. I hope that you guys enjoyed the stream and that you will join me again next time. Next stream should be Friday. I try very hard to keep to the schedule that I have posted here on Twitch, wherever that button happens to be. I don't know. So. But you can hit the schedule button, and that will let you know when I'm going to be here, and it adjusts to your time zone, which is always good. We may be changing the times coming up ahead. I work for the local school, one of the local school districts, and school year is getting ready to start here in the middle of the month. So once that happens, we'll be moving some times around a little bit, things work a little bit. Any help with multiplayer stuff? Be happy to help. Yeah, I mean, always welcome. Always appreciate other people coming and helping out. Saw with Kay earlier. The timing sounds like it might be a little bit tricky, but I am gonna try and do in-room busy. I am going to try and push my streams more towards the evenings rather than afternoons. We'll just see how that ends up working out. I got to wait until I get my schedule for the school district before I can figure out when I can. But anyway, I think that's about everything. So thank you very much for stopping by and hanging out with me. I'm not gonna do a raid. I know that's kind of the thing to do, but Twitch only counts them as raids when you have more than 3 viewers. We have 2 viewers currently, so it's not worth it. But I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Until then, I hope you have yourselves a wonderful rest of your day. You can always check for previous VODs on YouTube, as well as other games that I've played. I have quite a few games actually on there that I have full playthroughs of. Check out at some point. You're always welcome to do that. Until next time, have yourselves a good one. And as always, don't you dare go hollow.